rocking girl combination that is here, and they are going to set the floor on fire, I'm sure. Sonam and Sanjana, I invite you, take the floor and take the topic from here on. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this lovely introduction for both of us. And yeah, so good evening, everybody. Thank you for having us here. It is really a big opportunity for us, and very, very, we're very excited to kind of share all the learnings that we have and all the practical learnings that we have, because day to day, in and out, we're breathing social media. We're working on social media every single day of our lives. So we are very excited to share all that we know, all that we've learned with all of you. And starting off, a little introduction, while all the introduction that you got and all the amazing words about us, there's a little bit that I would want to share with all of you. So basically, our story began like this. We were working together at a fashion house, and we thought, okay, we are doing social media for this fashion house. We are sourcing for them, and we are getting influencers on board for them. We are getting them social media, and we are getting a salary, and we still have to report to somebody, and we're not our own bosses, and we have to sign in to work at a certain time and sign out to work at a certain time, and we have to follow the creativity guidelines of the person who was our boss. So we decided, let us start. It was a risk. We both left our jobs. We took the risk of not having income for a few months, and we said, let us take this on. And we started building connections. We started speaking to people. We started approaching the people who had once, when we were at the job, had come and asked us, oh, you guys are so good at social media, why don't you all handle our pages? But back then we were tied up by a job. So we started rekindling those associations, those communications, and that's how we got our first client, and second and third and fourth. And the journey has just been amazing. And now we are blessed to have a big beautiful client family that we are servicing right now. And so yeah, that was our story. What we do as social media consultants is that we guide businesses, guide people, guide influencers, guide people who are in the service industry to help and to use their social media power to build their business further. So Sona will explain to you a little bit about what we do and how we make a difference to people's life through what we do as a social media service.
Yes. Hi. Hello, everybody. This is Sonam. So I'll tell you a little bit about what we do and what are our services. So firstly, our niche is lifestyle, beauty, fashion, wellness. So we help brands, we help personal brands, we help influencers, how they can take it to the next level using social media, and how they can elevate their business using this amazing social media tool, which is like the booming industry right now. Offline, this is like an online thing, which is, I'm sure more you are seeing everywhere. Like, this is like the next big thing to advertise yourself, to advertise your brand, to advertise your work, and get more business in. So we help them in making their social media game look strong, giving them a brand image, social media image that resonates with them, that speaks about their personalities. We help them build a community. So all this comes under one umbrella, social media marketing, and that's what we do. And that's our work that's what our work is like.
We are literally on daily basis living lives of different people whom we work on for social media, because every single person who we work for has a different personality, and that's the best part about this job. We get to meet so many people. We get to understand so many different personalities of the same industry. We get to understand different people, their competitive streak, their way of functioning, their professional etiquette. So all of this, we literally experience difference of opinions, difference of industry standards every single day, and that has kind of helped us to have such a wide spectrum of experiencing and helping brands to grow further. So every client is like a book for us, and a new book of learnings, and a new step towards the first step towards providing the best kind of services that we can. And so one of the most important things is when we were about to do this session is that I thought we were expected to have a PowerPoint presentation. Now, what we decided when we started this company is, and whenever we would meet people, new people who had never seen our work, they didn't know what these girls do back then. People were like, oh, they're those two girls who handle social media for us. And when we would actually go and meet them, the first thing they would say, look at us and wonder why we don't have our laptops and where is the PowerPoint presentation. So that's when we would tell them that, you know, to be with the times and to make sure that every client is getting a customized experience, we have decided to not have a PowerPoint presentation before we meet the client for the first time, or if the client asks. And 99.9% of the times we've never been asked for a presentation after we have the first meeting. It's always been the first meeting when we're very, very fortunate. It's a positive. Very few times no, but there's never been a ask for a presentation because we decided when we started this that we're not going to have a presentation format. Whatever we provide to you will be totally personalized to you. So at this point, among the sessions that we handle, there are about 9 different makeup artists that we're handling along with all the other clients that we have. And these 9 different makeup artists are from the same industry, same city, but we make sure that not to any pages look similar, same in ideology or any other format at any given point. And how we do that is because we don't work on custom standard measures. We work on a idea which is very wide, which is very broad, which is like to each one his own, and we give each and every client their own kind of identity and their own kind of social media image. So that's why we don't have a presentation, and that's why we work in a way where we don't present anything. You know, we are available all the time to all our clients, even for any of you after this session. If there are any doubts, if there's any way forward that anybody needs any help with us from, or just about that one beginning that you want to make on social media, we're there, always available. And to start off, like since we're talking about the start, would you guys want to tell me what do you think is a social media influencer?
Yes.
When I use the term, what is a social media influencer? Can I unmute and then check if there's anybody who would like to answer? Yes, Meeta. Yes, Meeta ji. Hello.
So I am a YouTuber myself, and I do videos on makeup and skincare.
Oh,
So I do have an Instagram page as well, which is quite neglected.
Okay.
So this will be like, I think a lot of learning experience, and I hope I get connected with you to handle my page, because I am looking for somebody to do that.
oh,
Oh,
lovely.
that's lovely. We are actually
So
working
is
with
like a
makeup
promotion.
artists day in, day out. So this is like, I'm sure you're going to gain.
designer by profession, but this is
Okay.
like I was pushed into this by friends, you know, very close friends who believed in me and said that, you know, you can do something because you are so good with makeup. Why don't you start? your
That's
own
lovely.
YouTube?
That's
Yes.
lovely. We will, you know, ask you for your social media handle also, so
I
we can
do
go
that.
follow you.
Yes.
And we'll give you a list of our clients also. That will give you a little reference also.
Yeah.
So
maybe I'm
tell me,
looking-
when you say social media influencer, what is the idea when you started off, or when you wanted to?
You know, I
influence-
really had so many, I always had friends coming in and asking me for tips, or, you know, a lot of the way I transform my skin, say in about a span of 2 years, what I had and what I became. So they saw that transformation, you know, so I was kept being asked, you know, that what are you using? What are you using? What are you using? And, you know, can you show me thoda aise eye makeup kaise karte hain? You know, how do you do this? How do you smudge? So, you know, I was like, then suddenly these friends of mine, you know, they were like, why don't you have your own YouTube? I said, how can I do it? Yeah, I'm like 42. I said, they're like, so iska koi age hota hai kya? So, you know, I mean, so I'm like, okay, let me give it a shot. And thanks to lockdown, we had so much of time in hand. And that's when my page came up. And I think on the 5th of June, I'll finish here.
Oh,
Wow.
that's lovely. Congratulations. So how has the journey been? How has it been?
Been quite good. I mean, from 0 to about 1,200 followers now. So
Oh, that's lovely. So
Yeah.
I'm sure
Amazing.
through this, through this session, you're going to get a lot of more insights on
but
how
I'm
to grow
new on
yourself on
Insta, you know.
Instagram.
What I do is I only put up one smiling face of mine or with the products, and I just tell people, please go and follow, go and see my YouTube thing, because I really don't know how to work around Instagram. I never
So
even figured out
Instagram
even
is
my,
Instagram is a completely
Very
different
different.
world, and it's I'm sure that this session is really going to help
even
you
with
to
my
understand
clothing
a lot.
brand, I'm a partner who just manages the Insta page. It's been an 11-year company, but I don't know if you guys have heard about Peppermint Diva, but yeah. So
They didn't get the name. Sorry.
Peppermint Diva.
Okay, we'll
So,
follow you on Instagram as
yeah,
well.
so,
Yes.
I mean,
Hmm.
we're zero with that. I mean, when it comes to my personal channel or my company channel, we're quite clueless about the whole thing. We just
Great,
go
great.
uploading pictures and my face. And
Instagram is changing like every day. So
yeah, so
you
it'll
have
be
to-
good to know, I mean, an insight to, what you guys do and how do you go about it, and maybe we can connect and work together. So
Yes, definitely.
Thank
So anybody else who wants to give it a shot at, what is influencer? When you say a social media influencer, what does it mean? Or, what is a social media influencer?
Good evening, madam.
Yeah, Shetty ji, go ahead.
Good evening. This is a new topic. Is it audible?
Yes, you are
yes,
audible. Go ahead.
This is a new topic. Definitely for the entrepreneurs. This is influencers generally. I was of the opinion that who can give their insight into a product. Something like feature or unknown things or something like that. But really, social media influencer means now I was of the opinion it is only about product, like advertising about a product or explaining in detail about a product, so that customer will get a right information in minimum time, so that he can take a better decision. Something like that. I was of the opinion. Is it correct, or is there any further
That
things
is-
to this? Yes.
that is a part of influencing. It is partly correct. Influencers do review products and suggest you and recommends you. It's a part of their job, and they tell you, what they try the product, they test it on themselves first, and then they put it out to their audience. So that is one part of it, but
Yes, ma'am.
there's a lot more to that.
Hopefully, we'll get to learn a lot of that.
Yes, you are partly correct. But there's a lot more to
Yes.
that.
Yeah. But here many people have some apprehension that social media influencers are not always correct. They can sometimes mislead, or what I mean to say, not mislead. They may be biased to something like that. I don't know.
Yes.
So one should be very careful about influencers. Otherwise,
Of
you
course.
may sometimes how to rank the people, like social
Yes.
media influencer, how
Yes.
to rate them, like say his review may be absolutely correct, or it may be 80%, 90%, something like that. There should be a yardstick to
Yes,
distinguish the social media influencers.
So
So
you've
that
given us
quality check,
Hmm.
whether it was
yes. So you have given
Yes,
us a new
yes.
point to
Yes.
add to this entire session, which is how to choose your influencer, how to choose who is the right kind of influencer, and we'll
And
definitely
how you can
speak
be the
about it.
right kind of influencer
Yes.
as well.
Yeah, correct.
People will
There should be
trust.
some grading mechanism, so that yes, so that we can be in the A grade, be the A grade influencer, or something B grade. There should be some methodology of
Yeah.
bringing the neutrality, or something like unbiasedness into the evaluation.
Yes.
Something like.
Yes.
Dr. Shetty sir, I will just add over here, in
Yes, sir.
every business, whether there is advertising or influencing or any business, the person who is doing the influencing or doing the having an impact on the general public and on people, is it is his
Yes,
own
sir.
ethics that drive him, and your own
Mm.
ethics drive you, that you want to be the best, honest, ethical person. And the person who is the customer always does his due diligence when he is selecting a advertiser or an influencer or a client or a customer. You always do your due diligence. So there are, apples, and then there are apples, and then there are rotten apples. So when we go to buy apples or tomatoes, we always, you ask the women what they do. They will go through each of the tomatoes and look at them, and then they will buy. And similarly, in our lives, when we go and select our service providers, it is up to us to, really, उसको बोलते हैं ना, ठोक बजा के देख लो पहले, पूरी तरह से अपना ड्यू डिलिजेंस चेकलिस्ट लेके जाओ और करो.
But here one point is there, sir. If you are so knowledgeable in selecting the influencer, you need not take the advantage, advice of influencer at all, because you already have that IQ. You see, the people who depends on influencer is who doesn't have time, who doesn't, because if he can do everything, then that is because majority of the times I have seen, they depend on influencer because of their not having time, you can call it as, or they are busy with some other works. So not always correct, you can select a right influencer. That is very, sometimes you will be lucky, sometimes many times you may not be lucky also, because it is a so many people are there as an influencer, you cannot identify a correct influencer person also. So there should be a mechanism, or there should be some reviewing agency who are the unbiased reviewers. Maybe, I don't know, that is some small guess.
Okay. Sethi sir, your question is noted. We will answer this question at the end of the session. Right now, we are on the other side of the fence, and we will be now talking about how you can become a social media influencer yourself in the present situation that you are in, and how you can earn an income out of it, a passive income out of it, besides doing whatever you are doing and your own profession, your own expertise. What the girls here are going to tell us is how you, within whatever you are doing, whatever your expertise and your talent and your business is, or your profession is, or your power is, you can still become a social media influencer, particularly in this case an Instagram influencer, and you can generate an income out of it. So this will be the topic of the day. Any other questions? We will take them all next time. Request you all guys to mute. And now, and Sanjana, Sonam, please take over the session and introduce people to this wonderful channel of earning passive income, which is the topic of the day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So,
Okay.
starting off, Sonam is going to tell you about what is the first step to start off.
Yes. So before we, even start, like think of starting out, don't be afraid to start. If you have the first thought, let me take this chance and let me start, an YouTube channel or an Instagram page or something. Don't be afraid. Don't have any kind of inhibitions, because this is a place for everybody and anybody. Like you can, anybody can start, irrespective of your age, gender, your profession. That's the beauty of Instagram. There's a place for everybody. So don't be afraid at all to download the app and start your business page. And Sanjana will tell you, what are the inhibitions, what are the fears which come across our minds, like, which are very human to think about like that. But we should not think about those things and just begin.
So when we think of social media, and not specifically Instagram, but any social media, and for that matter, anything new that we're about to do in our life, the first thing that we have as an inhibition is, what if I go on Instagram, or what if I go on YouTube, or what if I go on Facebook, or what if I start this new thing? What if people don't want to follow me? They just don't want to follow me. The first most important question anywhere is, what if people don't want to follow me and follow my journey, if they're not interested? Number two, what if I don't make it big? What if I start off this whole thing and I do all this shooting and I do all this content creation and I sit and I make notes and I write down everything? But what if people don't want to follow it? What if people don't want to follow my journey? They don't want to engage with my content. Number three is, the first thing we always do whenever we start something new is we share it with family, friends, social circles, and then there will be some people who will be really happy for you, and then there will be some people who might be like, oh, ye naya kya start kar rahi? What if she started new? What is he or she started new? But that's the biggest fear, and that's something that all of us face, no matter what we do, wherever we're in life. What if people laugh at me? What if people are not supportive? What if my own friends and family judge me on ab ye naya kya shuru kar diya isliye? So that is the most important. I think this is when you overcome this fear, half the game is won. And most importantly, be proud of what you're doing. Like when we do social media, if we're not proud enough of what we do for our clients, we will never be able to get new clients. So always be very proud of your journey. Even if you have 100 followers, those 100 followers are 100 people who are interested in your journey, who are interested in your work, and that 100 also should be a motivation. You don't need millions to be motivated. You will reach that point, but first be motivated within yourself, and don't let these social fears bother you. And most importantly, what if I shoot something and people laugh at it? So there are people on social media, and social media is a very bad space when it comes to trolling, and when it comes to people pinpointing small errors. And I'm sure a lot of celebrities face it, and a lot of influencers. There are influencers who have literally had depression incidents because these things happen. Because social media is, every platform has its good and bad. As much as social media is an amazing place to be, and Instagram is an amazing place to be, it has its negatives. And the biggest negative is that what if people look at me and make fun of what I'm doing? So if, like, for example, like Meeta ji said, she has a YouTube channel, and the fear is, what if someday I'm doing my makeup and somebody is laughing at me thinking, oh, she didn't do this properly. Or if, I'm a beauty, fashion influencer, and I wore a piece of fashion, a piece of an outfit that I feel, oh, what if people say I'm looking fat in this? I'm not looking nice. I'm looking very. So that is the biggest fear of, because if there is an audience for you, no matter what. Each one of us here in this session around you has an audience. Everybody has an audience. I have an audience. You have an audience. All of us have an audience who that audience is interested in seeing us and knowing about us, knowing about our journey. And it's just about time to find the right kind of people. Now, going from the right kind of people, it's about first, most importantly, figure out what do you want out of your social media journey. What do you want when you're on social media? So this, from here onwards, this, whatever we spoke before this, was very generic. It was something that was very generic in the space of social media. Now we are going to slowly go into Instagram and talk mainly about Instagram as a channel. It is a beautiful place to be. It has a lot of new trends, new engagement activities. It has so much that if you sit and you learn every single day, you learn something new. So we've been practicing social media for the past 8 years now. And even in these 8 years, every single day, there is something new that we learn when we're like, oh, this feature, we didn't know about it. And when we're just about to finish learning all the features, Instagram will add another new feature. So every single time you're on social media, you're learning something new. And then something new is only going to enrich your skills, your knowledge about what the platform is about. So to begin with Instagram as a platform, number one, most importantly, is you need to figure out your why. Why are you there on social media? If I am going to log into Instagram, create an account, put in my details, log in. If I want to become an influencer, definitely I will make my page a business page, because it is very, very important to have a business page for becoming an Instagram influencer. A normal profile will not give you access to all the business tools that help you grow. So we'll go into that. Sonam will take you through that bit of the business part of it. But most importantly, if I'm taking these steps to become successful on Instagram, or to just join Instagram as an influencer, what is my why? What is my reason to be there? Why am I going and being a part of this platform? Because number one, you want to engage with your family, friends, and tell them to the holiday that you went, or the restaurant that you ate to, or which friend's birthday is there, or which family members' birthdays there. That's one purpose. But as a social media influencer, or to anybody who wants to influence, the why will have a different answer. And the different answer is, why do you want to be a part of this platform? Why do you want to give your time, your energy? Because social media influencing doesn't come easy. To be able to influence an audience to follow your opinions, like Seti sir had asked us, to be able to build the credibility for people to follow you, follow your journey, and be influenced by your opinions, it's not easy. It requires a lot of time and effort, and a lot of consistency more than anything else. So when you do that, you should know what is your reason to do that.
So be very specific with your goals. By that, what I mean, what you want to gain out of it. So your reasoning has to be very concrete in order to, measure your goals. If you want to make a change, or if you want to add value to, your customers' life, you're sharing a tip, or you're giving some, educational value. So that is your reason. That can be your reason. Like it can be something, to make certain amount after some months. So these are kind of reasons that you need to put it down in paper, and you need to make efforts towards that, so that you attain those achievable goals. Of course, you cannot be, you cannot have unattainable goals, and think of it as, I'm going to make X amount of money in this month, or I'm going to have these many number of followers, because these things will eventually demotivate you. So have attainable goals which you can achieve, write it down, and make efforts towards those things.
So a lot of smaller goals will help you do better than having one big goal,
Yes.
which eventually starts to demotivate you, which eventually starts to tell you. So in a day, I'm thinking, today I started off my journey, and next month I want to have 5,000 followers. Did you even post? Did you see the response? Did you see the kind of things you need to learn? So when you join any platform, you first will spend the first 3 months learning.
Yes.
And that's where patience comes in. How patient you are, how much you want to put in efforts to kind of understand the platform. So are you being patient enough, or are you just saying, oh, you know what, I need 5,000 followers on my Instagram page? But if you need it, you need to work towards it, and that work requires planning, execution, observation. Very important, observing what other people are doing, what other people on social media are doing, not to copy, not to compare, but be up to date with the trends. And that's also a very important part of choosing the kind of influencer you want to be influenced by, or being the right kind of influencer. So choosing the right kind of path that you can follow on Instagram is also very, very important. So these are the things, when you create, or when you set attainable, measurable goals for yourself, you'll just see that the journey is more enriching. The journey gives you more than it takes from you. Otherwise, when we are just putting up numbers, we are putting them up, but do we know how well we can plan them? So that's the most important thing, to have measurable, attainable goals, and have a vision, have a goal all the time,
Second thing.
So the second point that we go to now from here, any questions, any doubts that anybody had, anybody has with this whole thing that we spoke about, of why and how to select your purpose of being on social media? Okay, I think we're good with this.
Yes.
So going to the next part of this, we are going to talk to you guys about how do you choose your niche? How do you choose who is your audience? Because as much as we choose influencers, we also choose our audience. We also choose the kind of people whom we want to attract, the kind of brands that we want to attract to our page, to our Instagram page, to our content. So that is a very, very important part of social media, on how do you make sure that your audience is the kind of people who would be interested in you. Because there are other ways of getting followers. Number one, most unethical and wrong way is getting bot followers. I can come on Instagram, pay 5,000 to somebody and get 20,000 followers. But those 20,000 followers are ghost followers. They don't give me anything. They don't give me engagement. They don't give me returns. It blacklists my profile on Instagram. So I can never, ever be verified. And neither can I ever be. So if, for example, you have bought followers and tomorrow you start doing really well on Instagram and you have your own journey and you have a lot of good stuff that you're doing, but tomorrow a brand wants to come and approach you and they check on Instagram what is your engagement reach, they will immediately know that this influencer has bought followers. And when they get to know that, there are different softwares to figure that out, and it's very easily figured out, and people do not choose you to then associate with you. So number one most important is choose the right kind of followers that you want to attract to your page. And once you're done figuring that out, go to the next step, which is about what is your idea of being on social media. What is the idea for which you have decided to be on Instagram as an influencer? Is your idea about talking about a product? It's not wrong to talk about products. I mean, if somebody really has a good taste and sense of products, and if they have a sense of products which, for example, I use a certain product on my skin or my hair or at home in my kitchen, probably I have a good eye of, using the right kind of product and knowing the right kind of product. Now, once I know that product, if I feel that my product reviews are influencing people around me, like again, an example that Meeta ji said, her friends were asking her, how do you do this? So when you see that people around you are getting influenced by what you're doing and about that one talent, and that can be just what you're doing in your daily life. I like to cook, and the kind of recipes I cook, people love it, and people keep asking, "Acha, isne kya dala tha, usme kya dala tha?" Now, when that happens, I know that when I put this content out on social media, it is going to influence people. So that's the thing, when, for example, if there is an IT professional, if there is an engineer, if there is somebody, who, is an IT professional who is, the closest that I can think of is an electronic engineer. Okay, now we'll say, how does this guy talk about, how will this person influence engineer? As the most important thing and the most, this barrier that people have, oh, engineering boring, they can't be on Instagram. How can engineers be on Instagram? That's Instagram is for cool people, and Instagram is to talk about clothes and makeup and beauty and all of those. That's not the case. If you are an engineer, if you are somebody who's interested in the mechanics of how a product works, the electronical part of how a product works, the technicalities of how a product works, you can influence on social media. You can build a social media in a way that is, for example, I am somebody who's interested in products and mechanical functioning of how each product is efficient. So I get a product, it could just be as simple as a vacuum cleaner, and I talk about the technicalities of the vacuum cleaner, how much energy that it consumes, how much energy it does, when you are using it, how much of energy the kind of energy that it consumes, is it something that is directly proportional to the efficiency of that product? So these things, when you can become an influencer, because when you do this, you're telling other people how to choose a product. You're telling other people what this product has that is going to help me. So this again is an influencer. So any field you are, whatever you're doing, influencing is very, very possible. It's very much possible on Instagram also. It's very much possible. So when you choose your people, when you choose the right kind of people that you want should follow you, you'll know what you have, and how you incorporate things from those bits is what Sonam is going to tell you next about.
Yeah. So once you've selected your niche and you know your target audience, and you create content according to that, you start posting about it, then you start, building your page, selecting those that niche and having that kind of audience. I'll give you an example. So if there is a nutritionist or somebody who likes to cook, or a chef or somebody a chef who posts regularly about recipes and talks about food, talks about nutritional value of the foods, things to eat, not to eat, his daily lifestyle, what he eats in a day. He's posting all of that, so that is his niche. The food and healthy lifestyle, healthy food is his niche, and people who are following him are also somebody who are interested in those that industry. So eventually there will be a time, when for example, say a walnut brand approached that influencer, because that brand saw potential in that influencer, and that brand saw that that influencer is influencing a x number of audience. So they come into the picture. They collaborate with that chef or a nutritionist, and that's how a merger happens, and that's how you influence that. The nutritionist tries the walnut, and then they offer
They
it.
incorporate those, that product. Basically, I am a brand and I see this amazing home chef cooking recipes and posting, and I see that every recipe that she posts is getting, millions of likes, if not millions, even thousands of likes and views. And I'm like, oh wow, she's doing a good job. Let me send her a product and let me see how she can nicely, kind of integrate, my product into her cooking. So the next time they send the product to her and she makes a video and she says, okay, I've made a video. This is the video for you. And the video performs amazingly. That's when she knows her value. That's when she knows that even as a brand association, the person can influence another person. So you must have heard about, the story of Tarla Dalal. It was such an inspirational story, about how she actually, cultivated her love for, giving recipes to people and helping people into like world famous books. So, that's one example that no matter what you do, you can influence people, and now.
And that's why it's very important to have a niche, to know what kind of industry you want to stick to and what kind of target audience you want to attract. And then next is.
And so, sometimes what happens is people come on social media, they become influencers, they start making a change in people's lives, and they have their own ideology. So I'm an influencer who follows a dairy-free lifestyle. I follow a lifestyle which is dairy-free. Let's say this is an example. I follow a dairy-free lifestyle, and I tell my followers that follow a dairy-free lifestyle. Dairy is not good. Dairy is harmful to the animals and the cattle and all of that. But now, after some months, when I become really successful on social media, there is a brand that comes to me and says, you know what, my milk that I produce and I sell is actually not harming cows or is not harming, cattle. So why don't you promote it? And now what happens is, in the greed of those few thousand rupees, the influencer tries to waver from their main strategy, which said that we will not promote any dairy products on the page. But that's the problem. When you choose your niche, when you choose your point, you only should work with brands who support your ideology. This again, like Seti sir had asked, this will be the biggest way to choose your influencer. If I'm an influencer who says I'm not having dairy products because it's harmful, and then next few months later I'm promoting a dairy brand of milk and saying, oh, this milk brand actually has the least torture given to cattle, so you can use it. Immediately my followers know this woman is going wrong. She's going wrong. She's wavering from her central idea for what we followed her to something that is actually not right, because she is doing this for money. And that's when an influencer becomes unreliable. So it's very important to choose your audience and choose your path and niche when you're on social media. Now, the next thing we talk about is how...
one insight, one slight clarification and insight that I want to give here is that when you talk about a niche, so a niche is something which can be dependent on what your talent is, what your profession is, what your speciality is, what your background education is, and whatever you are good at. You could be good at something and that becomes your niche because you have mastery on that subject. And then you can talk on that subjects, like for example, motivation or giving positive energy, or a person who's good into, say, as you said, a chartered accountant or a doctor who starts giving, small snippets about what to do in various situations. So he starts getting more fan following. Is that exactly what you mean, Sanjana?
Yes, so that
Yes.
comes in our next session, next topic, which is about how you can be an influencer no matter what you do. So that's where, in whatever profession, and that was actually the header for this session also, no matter what your profession is, you can influence people on social media. So that is also one of the most important parts of this session, that, influencer marketing or influencer, being an influencer on social media doesn't only limit to fancy, cool concepts and, looking good and being, in a certain way. So yes, so now going to the most important step for all those who are complete beginners for social media, you guys can actually take notes
Yes.
of how you start off, and when you start the process of making your presence on social media, what is that very most important ABCs, that you keep in mind, and the things that will be the first kind of impression when people come onto your page. So Sonam will take you through
Yes.
that.
So once you've decided to start off, these are the things that you need to keep in mind when you're making your page, you're building your page. So obviously, first thing first, you have to make your profile and you have to make it a business account, as Sanjana earlier said. That's where you will get those business tools of Instagram, and that will help you, in your future postings and going forward. So then there is you should have a very clear bio. Instagram has this feature where you can write about yourself.
So I can actually show it.
Yes,
to
you can
guys.
show it to.
Um,
So that is very important, because anybody who comes on your page, they will read those 3 lines, 3 4 lines, and that should speak about yourself. It has to be very attractive, give an insight about yourself, and that should, make the audience know more about you. Okay, this guy, this person does this. Or I want to know more about him or her. So bio should be very attractive and sharp, crisp, and should talk about yourself. So very clear bio. Second thing, you should have a very good profile picture, because that will Instagram, as we know, it's a pictorial platform. Anything that is good, attractive, colorful, clear, will give a very better idea to your audience. So for example, say if you're a chef, your profile picture should say that about yourself. Maybe you can have a spatula in your hand, or you can wear an apron, something that says about you. Or if you're a motivational speaker, the profile picture should be very corporate, serious, not very serious, but of course, it should say,
it should talk about your work.
your work.
So if you're
Yes.
a CA and you're going to give people tips on money and investments and all of that, maybe somewhere in your profile. So I saw this influencer a few weeks back. He's a CA by profession, and he influences people. I'll be sharing these links with you on chat, so you all can also go through these
Yes.
accounts. So he had a few notes in his hands, and he was posing with those notes in a suit, and so it tells people when they see the profile, oh, this guy is talking about money and it's all related to money, and if I want to know how to make the best use of money and make it work for me, I'm going to follow him. So that first impression is amazing. So I just wanted to ask if I can show this here. Does it help if you are able to see this? Actually, I don't know how you can. I share screen?
No, it's
Yeah,
not
you can
visible.
screen.
You can share screen.
Okay, so an example of this, if I can just get a second, I'll share a screen and show it to you.
Yeah, please. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so so here So I'll share my screen.
No, we can't see anything yet.
Is it visible now?
No, 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 no.
One second.
Yes, it's visible now. Kajal
Yeah,
Paswani.
able to see? Yes.
Yeah, the first 4 lines
Now visible
that you
now.
see. Is it visible?
Yes, yes, it's clear.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
So the first 4 line that you see, that's a bio of one of our clients. So it says clearly about her work, what she does, and what people can expect from her page. So it has to be very clear, and you can also see a very clear bio. It's a very high face, and as we have mentioned, she's a luxury bridal makeup artist. So picture it makes people want.
Is everybody being able to see this? I just want to be sure so that
We are seeing your
Yes,
screen.
we can see your screen.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
So basically, like Sonam mentioned, everything about the first impressions. I'm not even like, as I scroll down, of course, you can see a lot of makeup and all of that. But as a whole, in the beginning, the first thing, this person is somebody who is a makeup artist, and her bio clearly says that who she's, she has a certified team and her contact details. So these are
That's called
the
to
most
action.
these are the most important things that you need to keep in mind when you're making an Instagram bio. Another artist, another photographer, wedding photographer that we work with, again, their profile in the beginning mentions their accolades. So very important when I am choosing my wedding photographer,
Yes.
and I get to know, oh, these are the kind of awards that they're winning. Naughty Affair, so they've used their logo
Yes.
because it's a wedding company that has been started by 2 people. Now, in 2 people, putting a profile picture of 2 people wouldn't look the best, but here they have mentioned that they have won a better photography runner-up. They have been featured on India Today. So these things, again, we were discussing about how to choose the right influencer. This is how you choose the right influencer. Now, their work is wedding photography. Now you must be thinking, how do these people earn on Instagram? Because these people are wedding photographers, who are basically doing a wedding photography as a profession. How are they sharing things? Now I'll tell you how they do this. They basically, whenever there is a production house, whenever there is a music company that is releasing a new music, that is releasing something, that is interesting, or that is a wedding song, they approach these photographers and say, you know what, the next reel that you upload, can you please use my music? Can you please use the music that my company has made? And we will pay you money. Now, why they get approached by these production houses is because the production houses know that these are the people who are going to have followers, who are the brides and grooms and brides-to-bes and bridesmaids and people of the family. So their music will reach the right kind of audience. So even as a photographer, as a wedding photographer, this is how you make passive income. This is related to social media. This is related to when they put their work out on social media, they're being paid by music company to produce, to use their music on their reels or videos. And that's exactly, where this is like the first point where we can hit to passive generation of income, generating income on social media apart from the work that you actually do. And this is, the classic example. Going to our next point is, so you've covered building a community.
Yes.
Can talk a little bit about the community.
Yes, so we were talking about, how you can start off. So there was a clear bio, there was a clear profile picture. Then you need to know the platform. Of course, if you are on social media, you need to know the ABC of social media, how it works, what are the trends, how there's certain algorithm that Instagram follows. So you need to know all of that before you start uploading. What are the right kind of time, active times, what works, what doesn't work. Of course, there's a trial and error. You have to try out different things to know the platform. So just spend more time, the more time you spend on platform, the more you will get to know about the platform, the engagement activities, your audience, what your audience wants to see, what are you enjoying posting it. So get to know the platform a little better. Then content strategy. So this is where, you know, this will help you know what you can post, what you should post, in fact. And before you you know, even start posting regularly, a content strategy will tell you, you know, what kind of content should be out there. For example, if you are say a CA, you know, what are the things that you can cover? You can talk about finance, you can talk about the trends, you can talk about different things people can invest in, you can talk about, you know, the current affairs, you can talk about finance news. So there are these become your content pillars. So write down your content pillars, what are the topics you are going to cover, and make a strategy. So if you have the strategy you know, aligned, this will make you you know, be more consistent throughout. You will not run out of ideas very frequently, and then you know what you want to post next and what you want to, you know, post going forward. So it's very important to have content strategy before you even start posting it. This will make you you know, because consistency is very important. Very often, you know, people post, you know, one month, 2 month they post, and then they run out of ideas and they don't know how to be consistent and what to post next. So write down your content pillars, what are the major topics you will be covering, what are the, you know, what will be your, you know, these also becomes your properties actually. This it's called IQ properties, right? So make your properties, know your content pillars, and build a strategy and follow that, so that you are more consistent throughout. And the last thing is build a community. uh, Along the way, you need to understand that you are knowing your audience, you are engaging with the right kind of audience. Engaging means talking to them, liking their posts, sharing their posts, commenting on their posts, basically networking inside in the Instagram app. So that is where you build your community. You know your audience, you should know your audience who are commenting frequently, so that there's a connection that is building, and that will help you in the long run, because those are the people who will, you know, who will find you relevant. So you need to build a community along the way. So these are the things that you need to keep in mind when you start off.
So adding to what, you know, she was saying, when you say building a community, it, you know, for example, community building of course happens with your audience, but most importantly, it happens with the people, you know, who you are actually, you know, example, I'm following this chef. I want to, you know, or aim to become a influencer who does recipes or who does things that, you know, will really help other people who like to cook. But I need to also engage with my fellow influencers. Basically, you know, when you build a community of influencers, there is a competition, there is a healthy competition. But how we make it different from a rat race, how we give out positive vibes to the people who are also on the same path as ours, also speaks a lot about us, and it tells other people how, you know, they can trust us. For example, if you are a beauty influencer, you have good cordial relationships with other beauty influencers. How do we do that? We don't meet these people, they're on Instagram. And due to this COVID scene, of course, we don't meet anybody. So, you know, how do we engage with these people? We go and like their posts, and indirectly, when you do these healthy engagements, how it helps you as a result is, tomorrow a fellow influencer gets a brand campaign, and this happens very common, I can tell you out of experience. A fellow influencer is getting a brand campaign from some brand, and the brand asks the influencer, oh, do you know any other influencer of your sort, you know, who can help us out? We need more influencers. At this time, you know, the contacts help, the networking helps. You know, when you make good connections with people, it helps you, because the more connections, when we decided to leave our jobs and start something ourselves, the most important thing was whoever we met at our last job actually started converting into our clients. So that is very, very important. And that's how, you know, when you engage in your community and try to be a part of the already existing community, it helps you to grow in a very healthy manner, and it helps you to also indirectly get gains. You know, when it comes to gains, when it comes to, getting marketing campaigns. So when people who want to just people want to grow, like for example, I want to make it big on social media, and I'm working and working and posting my content every single day, and I'm not interested in what other people are doing. This doesn't work on social media, especially. This doesn't work. If you decide to live in a cocoon, or you decide to live in a box which says, I will make my content, I'll post it, jisko jo sochna hai soch le, jisko jo karna hai kar le, I don't care. That doesn't work. Being up to date with what's happening in the market, and also knowing and networking with more and more people is going to really help you. Like we said, when we have so many clients from different industries, so much learning happens every single day. So much learning happens every single day. So many new things are come across our way, because these are people who actually know so much more, and that's how it helps us. So we also, as social media consultants, maintain very, very cordial relationship with other consultants. Why that happens is because if you just want to become, if you want to work and you want to earn money, it's fine, you can do that. But if you want to become rich, if you want to become successful, if you want to become influential, you have to network. Networking is the basic key. Networking with the right kind of people is the basic key, and choosing the people you want to network with also is a very, very important process. Something probably calls for another session, how to choose the right kind of people to network with, for to get the revenue. You become the kind of circles you're surrounded by. So this COVID and coronavirus and the pandemic has also taught us whom to delete from the circles and whom to add. So similarly, when you are on social media also, there's a lot of deletion and addition that keeps happening, depending on the kind of content that people are doing. So going from that to the next step, which is how do you monetize your skills? Now we've spoken about not being scared and starting off. Why are you on social media? So figuring out your purpose. What is your niche? How much value are you adding to your people who are following you? Then we spoke about, okay, all these questions have been answered. Now I'm making an Instagram account. Now when I make an Instagram account, what are the steps I need to follow? We've covered that. We've also covered about how we need to network and market and speak to people and get our contacts through to kind of make the right kind of balance. Now the most important thing, and why we are all here today, is how to earn out of this process, how to kind of make money in a way that is really, really going to, in the long run, be so beneficial for you. And also, most importantly, this is going to end up making you your own boss.
Yes.
In ways that is unimaginable. So Sonam is going to take you through a few things on social media that you can do to kind of monetize from the from the content that you're creating.
Yes. So how you can monetize your skills? You have created the content that you want. You've network with like-minded people, like-minded influencers. Now, how you can earn out of it? You need to choose right kind of in fellow influencers and brands who can associate with you, and that way you can earn out of it. So tag the right kind of brands that, who you want to know, who can notice your work. As in the beginning, I gave you an walnut brand example. So that way, the brand will notice your content. They see a potential in your content, and they approach you and they tell you to create content for me, for them, and present it to the audience. So that is one way you can monetize your skills. Be patient, because this is not an overnight. It takes a long time. It is a journey. Basically, you have to build your audience. You have to build your audience trust. You have to your audience should know you. Your audience should have the trust factor in you. Then they will know more about you. Then collaborate with other fellow creators. For example, how do you collaborate with other fellow creators, and how this helps? Within the niche, as Sanjana told, we have different clients from the same market, from the beauty industry. How they can benefit each other by collaborating. So both of them have similar kind of target audience. when they intersect and when they collaborate, their audience is reaching it to the other makeup artists, and basically you are
So basically, when you, for example, there is a hairstylist and there is a makeup artist, the closest example, or there is a nutritionist and there is, say, a person who's a lifestyle influencer. So we did this association a while back. We have a client who's a nutritionist, and we have a blogger, we have an influencer on board who is really, really influential. She's from Pune. Her name is Shaurya Sanadia. And this client that we have, her clinic is called Nourish. But she's very famous here in Pune, very well known. People come from all over, to her. So what we did basically, this influencer was looking for a fitness plan to gain weight. She was looking at gaining weight in a healthy way to look more, built, to look better, to look better in the kind of things, she was doing. So we brought these two people together. And we told Neeta, who is a nutritionist client, Neeta Dhamejani, we told her, why don't you help her with a step-to-step, guide? And this was done free of cost. This was basically a collaboration. They came together and they created a space where Neeta, who's a nutritionist, gave the influencer tips and tricks and ways to kind of, build her body. And at the end of 1 year, I think 6 months, in fact, there were results that were seen in the weight, in the build, and those really helped both of them. So the blogger or the influencer, promoted the nutritionist, saying, oh, wow, I followed her plan and it really helped me and it did so much good to me. So it's great because, you are talking about the nutritionist. On the other hand, the nutritionist spoke about how this blogger has a healthy lifestyle. She followed a diet plan to gain weight and it's worked so well for us. So this is called cross collaboration, and these cross collaborations really, really help you to grow and really help you to grow as a community and not just as individuals who are, working by themselves. And, most importantly, like when we talk about these things and, when we talk about creating content that brands want to see, for example, when we feel, Acha, now I have made 20 videos and I'm doing well, I'm getting good number of likes. Now what's the next step? Doesn't mean I wake up every morning and start messaging brands. Can we collaborate? Can we do a collaboration? Can you send me free products? I will review it. This is a put off. Of course, in a very professional way. If you are really interested in a brand's ideology and you want to email them and tell them, I really appreciate your ideology. I really have used your products in the past. I really like it and I want to try something more, from your collection. Anytime that you're looking for a collaboration, you can count me for this. I would be ready to do it and promote your brand. This is a way where you're telling the brand, you guys are really good. I'm going to help you promote your product. But the other way and the wrong way of doing it is sending them DMs every morning, direct messages on Instagram. Can we collaborate? Please send me your products. Can you send me free products? I will review them free of cost. If there is a food blogger, they message restaurants. Can I come and eat free food in your restaurant? Or if there is, and there have been cases we've seen, there are these amazing automobile journalists on India Today, and they're really, really good. And what they have done as a passive income is basically the person I'm talking about is an automobile journalist, very famous, very good. And as a passive income, what he started doing is he started reviewing cars on social media. So basically, he has his contacts in the space of automobile because he's an automobile journalist. And he thought, okay, I'm doing it as a part of my job. Now let me take it a next step. When I'm doing my job, I'm going to separately take out an hour and review every single feature of this car that I like and put it on my social media. Now, in turn, the first few times he did it as a part of his job free of cost. But the next few times when cars and brands started noticing that this guy is making a difference to our audience, they started paying him for these reviews. They started saying, why don't you do this review for us? We'll pay you money. So this is how you get noticed. You have to get noticed. Instead of messaging people, can you send me your car for a test drive for 3 days? I will review it. It doesn't work, And also people on social media are very, very judgmental. Doesn't mean you hold back, but know how to be smart and work around it. So being smart is very good. Sometimes, what as a hidden strategy that I would want to share with you guys, and this is something we do. When we're posting for a brand, like if our client has taken jewelry from a brand, bought it by paying money, And we want that next time they should really give it to her free of cost as an influencer. And she will, of course, tag them. What we basically do is the first time we post about that picture, we tag her on the story. Okay, now that story gets a lot of response and it's amazing, all that, all that. The second time we don't tag her. Now what happens is this jewelry brand notices, oh, this time she's not tagged me, and the last time she tagged me, I got amazing response, and immediately they start getting attracted to you. They start saying, oh, she didn't tag me this time, maybe I need to also put in some effort. And so they will say, you know what, this time I'm sending you just from my side, why don't you review it? So this is how you attract the brands that you want to associate with. Be subtle, be, in a way that is very smart instead of looking desperate. Because if you start looking desperate, people will start taking you lightly on social media. So that is very, very, very important. And going to the next step, which is once you are done with all of this, you realize your niche, you realize what to, associate with, you realize how to monetize on your skills, and on monetization also, like how to monetize your skills on social media. If there are any questions in the end, of course, we'll answer them as well. As a part of when you have decided, okay, this is how I'm going to monetize. Now I'm going to start posting every day on social media because I've learned all of this knowledge. Now, once I post on social media, what are the steps that I need to follow? This is where a business profile comes into picture. This is where your business, profile comes into picture, which is so, so important on Instagram. If you want to become an influencer, to choose the business profile option. It's unpaid. You don't have to pay to choose the business profile. It is an unpaid option by Instagram. It basically gives you a lot more tools to kind of measure your growth on social media on Instagram. So that's one thing. Now, when you choose that, okay, I've made my business account and I know all the hacks and skills and everything. Now, once I have posted my content, or once I'm choosing the kind of content to post, what is it that I need to follow? So Sonam will take you through a few things, that is so, so important when you are on social media.
Yeah.
You will cover them in short.
Yes. So firstly, consistency is the key, of course. You have to make sure that you're posting consistently, at the same time not spamming your audience, because if you post too much, your audience might unfollow and they might get irritated and annoyed and they might unfollow. So make sure you're posting say about 4 to 5 times a week, which is a good enough frequency of posting. Earlier, trends keep changing of Instagram. Earlier there was a time when we would post 3 times a day, but right now if we do that, Instagram will not show your post because algorithm keeps on changing. So know the Instagram trends, know what timing works for you, and when you're posting also post at good active times, because that's very important. Good active times, what does that mean? So it's the time when you have the most active audience on your page. So if you post at that time, you might get good engagement and good response to that post. So you want to post on that time rather than posting on a time where your most of your audience are not online. So that is very important. When you have a business account, you can see all of those insights. What is your active time? What is your non-active time? Where are your target audience from? And what are their demographics? You can see all of that in your business account. Very important, make maximum use of Instagram features. The more features you use, Instagram pushes your post. By features, what does that mean? So using Instagram stories, reels are now the big thing. Instagram is pushing reels more than ever. So use that feature more, because Instagram wants you to try that feature. So use Instagram reels, the polls, quiz. There are a lot of things that Instagram
just
has.
One thing, reels, if you guys know about it, or I'll just take you through. Reels is a feature on Instagram. Basically, when Instagram started, it had a feature that you can post a video of 1 minute maximum.
Yes.
Okay, so 1 minute was the maximum that you could post a video on Instagram. So people started posting videos and they were so happy. अच्छा चलो फोटो तो पोस्ट करते थे, अब तो Instagram ने वीडियो भी अलाउ कर दी. So 1 minute तक people were on posting videos and doing really good things. Yes, Captain Sanjay is an expert on reels. For all those who are following him,
yes,
he is rocking it on reels. So yeah, when videos started off, which is the first thing that Instagram launched, people were like, "Okay, 1 minute." Then Instagram slowly realized that
don't have time.
people want to say more, but they don't have the time on Instagram. So basically 1 minute में video fit नहीं हो रही थी, तो उन्होंने क्या किया? They launched IGTV. Now IGTV is a feature of Instagram which allows you to shoot for more than 1 minute up to 15 minutes. It allows you to shoot up to 15 or 20 minutes and you can shoot content. So what Instagram did, अच्छा थोड़े में fit नहीं हो रहा ना, एक काम करते हैं, we'll make it longer and we'll tell people now record what you want to record. Now that's when TikTok was on the, the biggest hike ever possible in India. Of course, we don't have TikTok now, but even today, TikTok is like the biggest, craze in the world outside India. So when TikTok came in, people started going out from Instagram to Reels because people said, "Arey, itni lambi 1 minute videos, 2 minutes," and now people have started making 20-minute videos. Nobody has the attention span. People on social media have a very, very short attention span. And with every passing day, this attention span is only reducing. So when you shoot something, you should know that your first 5 seconds of the video should make an impact for people to wait back.
It should have a hook, basically.
Yeah, any kind of hook statement in your first 5 seconds is going to make sure people don't leave that screen. So when this happened and Instagram started noticing up to, not coming to Instagram because people are going to TikTok, because all these Instagrammers are going to TikTok and making short videos, short 15-second videos. So Instagram launched, so the time that TikTok was discontinued in India, Instagram launched this feature called Reels.
Yes.
Now Reels is a platform which only allows you to make content for 30 seconds. That's it, nothing more than 30 seconds. Give your messaging in 30 seconds and go out. And now if you cannot make an impact in the first 5 seconds, you lose that too. So that's when, Instagram came with Reels. And so this is why today Reels is like the best that you can imagine. If you want to reach your audience, be on Reels. If you are scared to come in front of the camera and speak on Reels, like Captain Sanjay is doing it so successfully. If you are a little nervous about coming on the camera, make Reels that have content points. So for example, you are somebody who's advising people on how to follow the right business ethic, or right, so you can make Instagram Reels where there's text coming up. Your first text is this, very, very big flashy text which says, "Want to save some money? Here's how you can do it." And then when people read this, "Want to save money," people are going to be hooked on and they're not going to leave that screen. And in the next few points, you tell what you want to say in pointers, in text formats, and that's how videos do so well. So if you want to tell people, you have too much time, but you've been procrastinating all day, how do you say that? You don't want to come on screen? Put a flashy start text in the beginning. For all the procrastinators out there, your life is going to change. When you put that, people are going to not leave that screen, because all of us know somewhere or the other, we all are procrastinating something or the other. So, that's what, this is one big lesson that all of us, especially both of us, have also been learning through the journey, because we're really young and every day we learn how procrastination needs to really worked on. So, if I read a video that tells me, "Oh, are you a procrastinator? Your life is going to change," I'm not going to leave that screen. I'm going to be there and watch what are they saying that's going to happen. So that's the difference, in those few seconds, make the impact that people are not going to leave that screen. So that's when, when she said, be up to date with the trends. Today, if you're going to spend time on your Instagram talking, yes, make IGTV. Sometimes people have content that doesn't fit in 30 seconds or 1 minute. Make an IGTV, but that can't be your standard process of communication. Your standard has to be the latest trend, which is how to fit in content in 30 seconds or the normal post and caption way. So
yeah,
take the next
and one. Reels, actually, if you want to make big right now on Instagram, Reels is the thing, like more than ever. So Reels, if you are somebody figuring out Instagram, this is a pro tip. Just get onto Reels and you will see you will actually see the result. Then after Reels, of course, stories, another feature that Instagram took from another app, which is Snapchat, is the story. So where there's Instagram is the Reels is the elevated feature of story. Story is 15-second video or picture where you can, you know, share your daily whereabouts. What are you
So I
doing?
can show you a
Yeah.
few stories that our clients have done. It'll help you to just understand, you know. So basically, can everybody see my screen? Is it visible?
Yes, yes, it is visible.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
So like I'm just giving this example because this page is open right now and this is a client of ours.
Yeah.
So basically, this is what we are posting for them right now. This red color, you know, Indian
Bridal.
bride that we've posted for them. And now when we've posted this, we want to tell people that or bhi aa raha hai, and there's a lot more because see, from a wedding, you can create so much wedding content. So for example, if you are shooting content for your page, you will have so much content that you've created, but you can't put everything on post because it becomes repetitive. So you divide it into two things. You keep
Yeah.
the major, most important chunk for your post, and the not unimportant, but the little less,
Lighter.
the lighter kind of content for your stories. So see, like these are the stories we've done for them yesterday. So I'll just open this. So we put some nice music and we put a little. So this tells people that, okay, the next things that are going to come up on this space are going to be
Can't
about,
see
you
anything.
know,
Can't see.
really? Can you see my screen? I heard someone saying they can't see the screen.
Yes, I can see.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
see the screen, but only black.
No, it's completely visible. It's completely visible.
Completely
Okay,
visible.
okay,
Completely
okay.
visible.
In that case,
Check.
problem.
It's clear.
Okay. So
Yes.
now we did
Of
post for
course.
them, and then we wanted to tell them that, we wanted to tell our audience, okay, there's something more coming up tomorrow. Stay tuned to that. There's something more interesting coming up tomorrow. Aaj ka to post ho gaya hai. So how do we do that? We share these kind of stories, like I said. So this was the first story we made for them. This is the second story. This makes, and we use the most important, most amazing feature of Instagram, that is music.
Music. Yet another feature.
And it is a feature that you just cannot miss.
Yes.
Use music, use trending music, your content will trend. There are these, chefs and food, home chefs and housewives making videos, using music that is of a totally different genre for their cooking, but it's trending music, so it's doing great for them.
Yeah, and Instagram shows you what is trending music, what is not, so you
Yes.
can make use of that.
So
And
this is the
one
third
more
point.
point.
So these kind of editing features that Instagram has.
So this, of course, you've posted your post for the day, but the stories make you, active throughout the day. So you have to post at intervals so that you are active in different times, and your audience can again and again visit your page.
So I post something today as a post, and thanks to Instagram algorithm, probably 50% people have seen it, 50% people have not seen it. What do I do? Now I share it on stories. Oh, have you checked out this post? I share my post on stories and I say, oh, did you check out this post? It's really interesting. So when you do that, people are going to go back to your post. I'm just going to show you how we did it for this makeup artist. So we had this really interesting post of hers, and we kind of made it into, shared it. Just 1 second. Yeah. This is another client of ours. Okay. So yesterday we did a post for her at 6 o'clock. Now people who are available on the page at 6 o'clock, they saw the post. Okay. They saw this post, but there were some who were not available on Instagram at 6 o'clock. What about them?
Yes.
When they come online, we posted this story for her. So this story, this one.
New.
So this said new post, and this had music, and this said new post. Now when I click on this, I think this feature doesn't exist on a laptop, but when I click on this, see, it says, it gives me this. If you guys can see it, it tells me see post.
It leads you to the page again.
So for all those who missed it, we are taking you back to the post on my stories. So that's how stories and story sharing, and on stories using all the creative things that you
Yes.
can, and you can be funny, silly, make
Yeah.
errors on stories, because it's the most chill feature of
Yeah.
Instagram.
Use poll, use quiz, use countdown, whatever stickers that Instagram has, use all of it on Instagram. Be experimental, be creative. On stories, you can have fun basically. And also, one more thing I'd like to add, on stories, it's more like a real time content. Of course, in post, we schedule the post, we have the post ready for the day, for the week, for today, tomorrow. But on stories, you can actually literally post what are you doing right now. Basically, if I'm somebody who is you beauty content, and I tried some lipsticks or a lipstick, or I tried like some new packages that I got, and I want to share with my audience. So I do some swatches stories, and I put it out on stories right away, right there. And I put a poll there saying ki, this would you like to see more of it, or I really like this product, do you want me to review it? I put a poll, yes, no, tell me. So I create content accordingly, asking my audience. So this is how there's engagement, this is how you use the Instagram feature, and this is how you're giving an insight to your audience ki what's coming up next. So with
One quick question, Sanjana and Sonam, one quick question is that for people who are just entering into social media and they are, having their own jobs or businesses and something like that, how would you guide them into actually, getting into this? Of course, these are the features they will learn in time, but how could they, basically earn an income out of that, and how quick that can happen? And once it happens, does it have a kind of a, continuity as they keep posting in their spare time and, as a hobby, in whatever their niche is? Can this generate a regular income for them? This would be the, more of a relevant thing for this forum.
Of course.
See, what happens here is, to answer this question, Sonam will take you a little bit about, mom bloggers and how they do it. Now, the thing is, passive income from social media, because that's the topic we're covering today. It's about talking about your work on social media to generate income. So no matter what you do, how do you generate income out of it on social media is the topic. And keeping that in mind, if we say, okay, I am say a gardener, I love to do gardening, and I have this nursery that I have, and I'm making amazing money, but now I'm going to go back home and think of what to put on social media, because that is my different. No, they're not two different things. Your social media and your profession are two same and similar things when it comes to influencing and trying to make a passive income out of it. For example, like I gave the example of a gardener, there is this page called Garden Me Up. Now, this woman loves gardening, and she has a nursery, and she has her own setup. What she thought while she was doing this job of being a nursery owner and a lover of plants is, she said, while I'm at work, why don't I start making fun videos? Why don't I start doing what I already do at my work and then post it? So, if you want to make passive income out of what you're already doing, try to incorporate as much as, your work into your social media. For example, you are somebody who's advising people on a daily basis. You are a financial consultant. Now, when you're a financial consultant and you're talking about money and saving money and all of that, and there was this meeting that you had today where you learned this really interesting insight on how to save money so that after a few years it multiplies and gives you more than what you can imagine. Now, I got this insight at a meeting that I was. When I leave that meeting and I'm on my way back home, what do? I open my Instagram and I put a message to my followers on story. Hey guys, today I had a meeting and it was amazing to learn, how we can make money and, invest it in a way that it multiplies into many folds. Want to know more? Let me know. And then you use a poll, yes and no. And people say, yes, we want to know. Yes, we want to know. Oh, there you got your next content peg. You got what you're going to make your next content for. And that's when you start creating, content on those lines, and you start to attract the right kind of people. And this process is literally of how relevant you are. It can take a month and you're viral and you're all over the place, or then sometimes it can take you, years. But how you speeden up the process or how quickly you can do this is being as relevant as possible. Don't make your work, which is your active income, and your passive income two separate things, because then we have doubts and excuses like, acha, but active income is giving me money right now na, pehle to usko dekhna padega. How can I start making content beech mein? So when you have to choose between the two, you decide to leave out your passive income source.
There's a
So, you know,
doctor.
So you mean to say, Sanjana and Sonam, you mean to say that whatever is your active income and what you are doing in your active work, that can
Yes.
be converted into social media content and
Of course,
generate income
definitely.
for you, as well as
Definitely.
you whatever is what we call the term, passion to passive income, or your
Yes, yes.
your hobbies to passive income. You love doing some hobby and have a passion for something, and that passion, like for example, my son-in-law, he has got a passion for photography, so he can convert that passion into a
Yes.
money making vehicle by opening up an Instagram page and putting up posts on that hobby, which is very good at, and his expertise will start fetching him money. So that means that whatever passion you have, you don't have to start learning new talent. Whatever talent you have, whatever passion you have, whatever hobbies you have, can be also converted into money making vehicles on Instagram, as well as your, of course, your active income or whatever your active profession, your whatever you are very good at, can also be converted into passive income through these social media like Instagram, etc. Am I right in
Yes.
this?
Yes. And what happens is, see, people have very few excuses for passion. Like, for example, I love to do photography and I go and I take photographs. I wouldn't need a push to go and do that because I love doing it. So why not share it?
Yes.
Why not share it with people and tell people about it? Or, for example, like Meeta ji said, she's a fashion designer, but being a fashion designer, her passion was, to create different looks and take care of her skin and how she evolved her skin over the years. So that is something she likes. So when there was lockdown and she realized, is there something I can do? That's the first thing that came to her mind, because that was the thing she was passionate about. And it's very easy to, start making money from your passion if you really, for example, when we started our entire professional journey, or whatever we were doing at our previous jobs, the reason why we could take that leap of faith and leave our jobs and leave that source of income is because we knew we are passionate about social media. Iske liye we won't need excuses. We will manage because we love social media. We love whatever trends, social media happens. So when you do that, and when you try to create your source of income or create your passive source of income from something you love doing, it has actually turned out to be our active source of income as well. So so that's the whole thing about how try to incorporate your passion and your active source of income into your passive source of income on social media, and it's going to become easier, more doable, and less excuses, more execution. So yeah, that's the whole point of it. So a few things, like you can talk about storytelling and
Yes.
call to actions.
So-
These are a few points.
Yeah.
Very quickly, we are just going to cover these. If there are any doubts, of course, we can answer in the end. Very few little short points that are so for all those who are taking notes and would want to just note these points down, or while you're posting, what are the important things that makes an impact. You could just take it down quickly. These are the few important tips you can keep in mind while posting.
Yeah. So as I said earlier, you should be posting, 4 to 5 times a week. Very important. Don't overpost. Also, don't underpost. Know your audience, what they want. Then there are engaging stories. Of course, make maximum use of the latest features, whatever Instagram has. Study your insights. With every post you get an insight, how many people have shared the post, how many people have saved the post, so what your audience is liking more. then reply to the comments immediately, if not immediately, after within 1-2 hours, so that your audience is engaging in that post. Very important, so that your audience don't feel like there's no response from you. So that is very important. Then do storytelling. People love to know what went behind the scenes, how you got the idea of a certain post, or what was your idea behind creating or this reel, or why you posted this video, or why you're doing this. If you like do storytelling, there's a more connection to it. Your audience will read that story, your audience will engage to it more. Add call to action to every post, or if not every post, to most of your post. And by call to action means, if you have like there's a course or something coming up, so how they can reach out to you. Or if, for example, if you have shared a tip or a DIY or hack, add a call to action and tell them, do you want me to share more of these? Let me know in the comments. So that's a call to action that they should reply to. Then use maximum features, as I said, and of course engage more and more. The more you engage, the more response you will get from your audience. So these are some few tips that you should keep in mind while you're handling your Instagram page, because these are like will
ABCs and
these are like
hacks.
tips, yes.
So before we conclude this session, I hope we could add some value to the knowledge that you already have, or if there was a fresh slate, if we could add something valuable to it. And before we go to concluding this session, we are open to taking questions, on if there are any questions that you have. Definitely, if you can just how do I unmute? Meetaji, I think you have a question.
I think a lot of people will have questions. Please raise your hand.
I want you to
Please raise your hands in the
Please raise
reactions.
your
Go
hands
to
if you have
reactions and
questions.
raise your hand.
Yeah,
and
in
ask
the
one by one. And also, if you don't want to come on voice, you can chat, put it into the chat, and we will get those
have
answered.
a question,
Yeah.
Sanjana. Please tell me, throw some light on even something like paid collaboration or barter collaboration. There are very different types of collaboration. Like even I got a message saying that, would you like to do a barter collab or a paid collab, and what is like a full paid collab and what is like a half paid collab. So, there are a lot of these things, if you could tell people, tell the audience, they also benefit by that, what are these different collaborations people keep asking you to do.
So see, collaborations are of different types. One is when you start your journey, you work around with whatever you have because you're still starting off. Once you start to make a difference, a slow, steady difference, you start attracting the right kind of people. There will be brands who will use the word barter collaboration. Now, why they say barter collaboration is because they believe that when they collaborate with you, you are adding value to their product by promoting it, and also they will also be able to help you in your journey. Basically, if a brand is doing a barter collab, it means that they want to send you products free of cost. They don't want to pay you for doing the review, but they want to send you free of cost products because they feel that they are going to be able to help you to build your journey, and the brand feels that it is a two-way benefit in this collaboration. Now, when a brand feels that the benefit is two-way, they use the word barter. However, as you grow and keep growing, and that's for you to decide. So don't let a brand tell you when you should start asking money for collaborations. You are the one who's supposed to decide. When you see in your insights, when you see on your page that what you're posting is making an impact on people and influencing people, that's when you decide, okay, now I think, there have been a few months I've done barters. I made a difference to people's life. Now I'm going to take the next step. And that next step is going to be about telling people that now I will charge you money. Because now I feel that I can add more value to your brand than you can add to me by just reposting my content on your page. Or I don't want free products. Because if you're sending me products, I will review it, and I have enough value now addition that I've done on social media that is going to now help me to give you back. Yes. And that's when you charge money. So a half barter, half collab, basically, because you had that question, is if you buy something from, this is the very first stage kind of can be avoided if you really don't need the product, is that brands will tell you that if you buy these pair of earrings from me, which is for 300 bucks, I will give you 150 rupees discount. So 150 rupees discount I will also give you. Uske baad you make a video, you make a story, you make a picture, you wear it, you tag us. So this is like, this you can do for something. So I did this basically when I conceived and when I got a little baby in my house, and I needed products for him, and I had started doing a little mom blogging, and I had started doing things. So there was a brand called R4Rabbit, which is a very, very famous baby gear brand, R4Rabbit. So they approached me and they said, I told them, I really like your products. I've been using a few of your products and I would be really interested in a barter collab. Now that car seat that I wanted was for 8,000 rupees. So they said, okay, you know what? We can do 50-50 collab with you. So I said, okay, theek, sounds good. I really need the product. Instead of buying it fully, chalo half mein karke, then I'll shoot videos and I'll put it up. And they sent me that and because that response, they got such a good response in the car seat video, they actually sent me I think that chair was for some 6,000 or something. There was a high chair, a feeding chair for my baby. So they sent it free of cost, because the first half and half barter, which I actually needed, and I got 50% off, and I'll post about it and I'll influence other mothers to buy it. It helped me because the next time they send me a product for 6,000 rupees free of cost. So it helps, that's how you build, and you build on collaborations in that way. So yeah, I think is it good? Can we move on to the next question?
Thanks.
Saloni Srivastava.
Okay, Saloni ji, I think you have a question.
Sonali ji, go ahead.
Yeah. Hi. So basically, my active profession is I am a career consultant, right? If I open a business account on Instagram in the name of my career consultancy, right? So, so that's a different thing. I counsel students, but my hobby, it is very contradictory. Like I like whistling on songs and on karaoke. So, so do I do under the same account, because those are very different things. Yeah, and the audience is also different in that case.
This is so interesting. I mean, if you're going to make a page, definitely we are following you and going to watch some content like that.
It's like Mithila Palkar making that cup song.
You give me any Hindi song, old Hindi song, I can whistle on that.
Really? If somebody could suggest an old Hindi song, we could have a little, nice session here.
That's something so
any song that you
बागों में बहार है. बागों में बहार है.
That's a very fast. Maybe Chauhan sir.
अजीब दास्तां है ये.
Okay.
Great.
Wow.
So yeah, and with karaoke, but then I have never tried posting a video on this. I have never tried because I'm very shy of camera.
Oh, but you should. You will go viral. Honestly,
this is amazing.
People will love this kind of thing. Like, it's so unusual.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Very unique. Very unique. So what you can do for this is, you can actually make a separate page, and you can give it a name which is also very interesting, like probably the Whistling Queen or the Whistling.
I made a YouTube page, Whistling Melodies. But then first video itself, I was so shy what people will think and this and that, and I deleted.
This is actually real content, because in Reels, you can use other people's audio and people can actually use your whistling audio.
So on Reels, you have a feature where you can use music, and then music helps you to trend. The music on Reels helps you to trend. And it's so interesting. I mean, but this is the kind of content which would we do better on Instagram than YouTube. YouTube
I
is
think
for a little
my inhibition has always been facing a camera. So that's why I never tried. Though I've been whistling since my child.
Sonali ji, RYB is going to remove.
Yes, sir. It's helping me.
Yeah, it's helping. And of course, Sanjana and Sonam can definitely help you to get over this and really start a rocking business. They can.
Yeah, when you have a talent, then things become very
difficult. Sonali ji, right now you are facing the camera without any shyness.
Sir, that's a Zoom call, but if I have to do something professionally when the audience size is very big. So I've been into banking, I've been into retail banking. So talking to customers day in and day out, I've been into training, audit. So there, since there's no camera, I used to be so confident. But when it comes to doing something on camera, like into career consulting, I am doing face to face, I'm so confident. But if I have to make a webinar, it is very difficult for me.
Just see, all you have to do is talk to one person or whistle for only one person. Just think of only one person. Don't even think of it as a camera.
And don't think about how the response will be, honestly.
Can I suggest something to Sonali? Because I tried this trick and it really helped me, because even I was, when I started out, it was very difficult for me to actually talk to the mic. Talk to the, you flip your camera backwards, and then when you just talk to the camera, it was very funny, like how you flip your camera and you talk over here. So it was really funny. So, I mean, something that I can tell you that, if you have somebody actually live sitting in front of you, pretend that, you're actually talking or whistling for that particular person. So that really helps.
Yeah, like Sanjana and Sonam is told in the beginning, सबसे पहला criticism, it comes from your family. तो वहीं पर you cut down. बच्चे बोलते हैं, मम्मा ये क्या कर रहे हो, क्या whistle करते हो, क्या पुराने गाने गाते हो.
My son, now he actually enjoys it. He gives me tips. Ki, do this, do that. Earlier he used to tell me, what's wrong with you? People will laugh. My friends will laugh. Are you mad? And now he has a totally different approach to that.
So my daughters are like, see how Charlie does. Charlie, a TikTok followers, and so they're like, क्या हिंदी songs पुराने आप कुछ भी गाते रहते हो.
No. Actually, I don't know, for all those who don't know. So Captain Sanjay is my dad. And when he started doing reels, we were like, what is he going to talk about? He keeps telling us these things daily basis. How we. Because at the end of the day, we are kids of a generation who will trust everybody else outside the house, but not our own parents. So, when friends will say, ye kar lo, you lose weight, we'll do it. But when our parents said, bachpan se ki, I'll do this, it'll help you, we will not listen. So we started feeling, when he got on to reels, we were like, I don't know what dad is going to do, what he will create, what he's going to do, what kind of content he'll do. And then there was one reel that I was totally against, and my younger sister was totally against. We were like, no, this is not going to do well. That reel has actually gone viral. And we got a slap on our face because that reel crossed 15,000 views. And we were like, okay, we were just judging him, and we were wrong, because when he decides that it's his ideology, his page, his ideas, and he's hell-bent, I'm going to follow my ideas, I'm going to follow my ideas. I don't care about, what you guys are saying, because I trust in my own idea. So that trust really helped him, to overcome that. And he said, I'm going to make it. And we actually fell flat because it did so well. So don't think about what
happened. I will tell you a little bit more detail is that when my daughter photographed it, she's a good photographer and also a social media professional and an influencer. She actually video shot me, and she was aghast. First she fought with me. बाप बेटी का झगड़ा तो होता ही है. बहुत झगड़ा किया मेरे साथ. क्या ये सब ये क्या डाल रहे हो? Put something millennial. Put something. What the hell? I'm 24 years old. What are you teaching me millennial? I know what is millennial, what they love. And she made the post, and she would not post it for 2 days. She was hibernating on it. And then she told this girl, the elder daughter, कि ये डैड ने दिया, इसने भी कुछ अल्लाह तल्ला बोल दिया, तो दोनों ने पोस्ट ही नहीं किया. And they did it for 2 days. After 2 days they posted. It went up to 2,000. Then one day she comes sheepishly running to me, Dad, and I was on a video meeting. I said, क्या हो गया? Go. I said, no. And then she came. I said, क्या हुआ? 10,000 के ऊपर चला गया suddenly. बोलो कौन सा पोस्ट? बोला वो वाला पोस्ट. तुम लोग पोस्ट ही नहीं कर रहे थे यार. तुम तो पोस्ट करने को तैयार नहीं थे, उसको रखा के रोक. जी मैं बोलता हूँ, अरे पोस्ट नहीं किया तूने यार. अरे तूने पोस्ट नहीं किया यार मेरे पेज पे. अरे तूने पोस्ट नहीं किया. तो बोलती है करूंगी, थोड़ा ये काम आ गया, थोड़ा वो काम आ गया. और जब पोस्ट किया, टुडे इट इज गॉन वायरल. दिस इज द कन्विक्शन यू शुड हैव, दैट व्हाट आई नो, व्हाट आई एम डूइंग इज फ्रॉम माय हार्ट. जब भी आप कुछ दिल से करते हो ना, उसका अंजाम हमेशा बढ़िया रहेगा, क्योंकि देन the whole creation and the whole universe starts working in your favor, because it is coming from your heart, from your subconscious mind. Things have to fall in place and work in your favor. So attract
Yes.
the universe to work in your favor always by being confident of what you're doing, and do it with a good heart. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good to know that you all are in Pune, so I'll meet you. Maybe
Definitely.
once the
Oh,
lockdown
you're
is
from-
lifted.
You're from Pune.
Yes.
Oh, lovely, lovely. Okay, so I think we answered your question. Should we move on to the next question?
Yeah, thank you.
I think
Madhu Babu had a question. Madhu Babuji, you have a question, no? Madhuji, Madhu Babu.
Yes, sir, I'm here. I
Yeah, you had a question. You had raised your hand, sir.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
So
sir.
basically, I wanted to know, can we do the same on LinkedIn as well? Because I am an IT professional and I'm into training, part-time training. I wanted to promote my trainings. How can we do this on LinkedIn?
okay, so I'll tell you about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is, of course, you train students for, I mean, you train professionals or
No, professionals.
what?
I train professionals
You train professionals into what? Like training them for
into my
choosing a
subject,
career?
like testing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So see, what you can do on LinkedIn is, it's of course very different from Instagram, but what happens on LinkedIn basically is that you have to have a very professional approach, a very approach that is very, very crisp, that is very clear, that is very, and LinkedIn of course gets a lot of inquiries, lot of business inquiries, lot of, inquiries in the format of the work that you're doing. But the difference between Instagram and LinkedIn is less pictorial, less, but if you find the right kind of audience on LinkedIn, which is if your audience is on LinkedIn, then you can make a platform that is, I mean, you can, and like Sonali ji rightly said, it's a very formal platform, it's a platform that is not very casual. But if you find the right, like we said in the starting, every platform and every place will have an audience that will be your audience. So if you go through a few LinkedIn tutorials on how to build a better LinkedIn profile, it will definitely help you. So definitely it will help.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Any
And,
more questions?
There was a question
Sorry,
from Preeti.
yes.
There was a question
Yes.
from Preeti. How to attract your niche and influence the team, influence them?
Okay. So
Yeah, that was
like we spoke about, the niche that we were talking about in the beginning. What we can do is, when you are trying to find a niche, Preeti, is there anything she's specifically looking for? Because since it's a question answer round, we can make it more personalized for her. If there's specifically something, like you said, you're into IT. If there's anything Preeti is specifically looking for, it will really help us to, give a better insight on this. Is Preeti around?
Preeti, can you talk? Hello. She's on mute.
No, I think
Okay.
she's not on screen.
Okay, no problem. So as a generic thing, choosing your niche basically means what are the kind of people who are interested is the same purpose as you are.
Yes.
So if your purpose is to sell a influence by reviewing products, choose people who are really interested in buying new products, people who are interested and who follow product brand pages. So if people who follow the big brand pages, follow those people, engage with those people, that is your niche. If you are somebody who likes to cook really good stuff, then the niche that you have is cooking enthusiast. If you have a restaurant, then your niche is the food bloggers, because these are the food bloggers who are going to come to your place and eat at your restaurant and talk about it. So your niche basically differs from industry to industry and what you do basically. So the idea is very big, but no matter what you do on social media, you will have a niche. And how to attract them is using relevant hashtags, using the right kind of engagement tools. Like for example, I am somebody who loves to talk about preserving the environment, so I will go and like and engage with people who have similar profiles. So we have a client who basically talks a lot about Mother Earth and preserving the nature. He's a vegan, so he really follows Luke Coutinho, who is a very famous another personality on Instagram who talks about nutrition, wellness, health. So engaging with those kind of people the right kind of audience will always give you returns, you know. So that's how you attract your niche, by engaging with them.
Great.
I
Any
think
other
we've answered
questions?
the
Any
question.
other? Sorry, sir. Yatiraj, sir. Anybody else has a question?
No.
Okay. Sanjana and Sonam, anything else, or I will hand over
we-
to my. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Can we just
But both of
conclude
them,
this
they are very,
session?
very.
Yes, sorry.
Both of them are really good. Huh?
Thank you, sir.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. By the way, Sonam and Sanjana, यतिराज जी से अगर एक भी कॉम्प्लीमेंट मिल रहा है तो उसको सोने में तोल लेना, क्योंकि he is one of the top sales and profit engineer and the first sales and profit engineer of India, and he's done his profit engineering from Australia. He's a very, very super well-known brand and personality, and we are very blessed to have him in our fold and, you know, associated with him as our coach, our mentor, our friend, our brother, elder brother, of course. But he is one of the most amazing people I've come across in my
Great,
life.
that
अरे
we
बस
will
करो
give
बस करो
compliment.
बस करो, ज्यादा फिर फूल जाऊंगा मैं.
नहीं फूलो सर, आपको जरूरत है फूलने की.
We consider ourselves lucky that even if we
Yeah.
get one single compliment, or if we
Yeah.
made a small little difference to even one of you, if we've helped Sonali ji, for example, to post one video tomorrow on
Yeah.
Instagram and share the link, then I
Please share
think
it
the
with
job
us.
is done.
Yes.
So yeah, so thank you so much. Thank you. And you know, just to conclude it in a little short thing is, get over fears,
Yeah.
use the platform, this
Make
platform.
mistakes, it's okay. Learn from them. And have fun. Basically, social media is it was initially created to share bits and pieces from your life, so keep that core and basically have fun with it.
Thank you, Sanjana and Sonam. Thank you so much for your session. God bless you. And thank you for
Thank you.
all the other people who have joined in. I will request Chauhan sir. Chauhan sir, our mentor, our coach, the co-founder of Mindrose International, to please come on screen and share a few tips from his side with his experience and with his great knowledge that he has.
थैंक यू
Yes.
कैप्टन. मैं इसके बारे में क्या बोल सकता हूँ, जब संजना और सोनम जैसे एक्सपर्ट्स हमारे बीच में हैं, तो उसमें मेरे को कुछ और एक्सपर्ट कमेंट देने की जरूरत नहीं है. लेकिन एक ही चीज मैं बोल सकता हूँ, इतनी सारी देर से, ऑलमोस्ट 90 मिनट से 100 मिनट से मैं पूरी चीजों को सुन रहा हूँ. सोनाली जी को सुना, मीता जी को सुना, यति सर को सुना, और इतने सारी चीजें जानने का मौका मिला. मैं भी आज के पहले तक के सोशल मीडिया को उतना पावरफुल नहीं मानता था. हूँ सभी जगह पर, लेकिन कहीं नहीं हूँ. यूट्यूब में अभी पिछले हफ्ते ही 1000 कुछ क्रॉस हुआ है, बस उतना ही. और इंस्टाग्राम पे हूँ, लेकिन कभी यूज नहीं करता. लिंक्डइन में जानता नहीं. लेकिन एक चीज समझ में आई कि आपको जमाने के हिसाब से चलने की सख्त जरूरत है. और खास करके जब हम पैसिव इनकम की बात करते हैं, तो आपको सरलतम तरीकों से अपने लिए रास्ता खोज लेने की जरूरत है. और किसकी कौन सी पोस्ट कब वायरल हो जाएगी, कितना रुपए आपको दे करके जाएगी, और आपकी ब्रांड इमेज को किस तरीके से निखार करके जाएगी, इसकी कल्पना कोई भी इंसान नहीं करता है. लेकिन यदि हम पर्पसफुली ये सोचें कि मुझे इस चीज को करना है, और कर्म किए जा फल की इच्छा मत कर ए इंसान, ये जो उसमें गीता में जो उपदेश कहा गया है, बिना फल की इच्छा किए हुए यदि हम नियमित रूप से एक लिंक्डइन में, एक यूट्यूब में, एक इंस्टाग्राम में डेली पोस्टिंग करते रहें, और नियमित रूप से करते रहें, 30 दिन में 30 की काउंट आए बिना छुट्टी के, बिना नागा के, तो मैं भी आज ये बिलीव करने लगा हूं कि बहुत जल्दी हम खुद भी साल सवा साल में सुपरस्टार बन सकते हैं. जब मैंने एक पोस्ट किया और 150-200 मेरे को लाइक्स मिले और सब्सक्राइबर मिले यूट्यूब के ऊपर में, तब जाकर के मेरे को समझ में आया. तो आज तक के हम उतना महत्व नहीं देते थे. बहुत अच्छी चीज कही है कि पास आओगे तो शायद पहचान पाओगे, पास आओगे तो शायद पहचान पाओगे, क्योंकि दूरियां हमेशा गलतफहमियां पैदा करती है. तो सोशल मीडिया से मेरी दूरियां रहना हमेशा मेरे को कहीं न कहीं पर माइंड को क्लॉट करके उन्होंने रख दिया था. लेकिन आज मैं इन चीजों को समझने में समर्थ हो सका हूँ, इसलिए पूरा 7 बजे से लेकर के बैठा हूँ कि कहीं न कहीं पर मुझे अपने आप की समझ को इम्प्रूव करने की जरूरत है। और हर इंसान जो आज पैसिव इनकम में है या इस वीडियो के रिकॉर्डिंग को भी देख रहा है, उनको डेफिनेटली बहुत ही थैंकफुल होना चाहिए कि इतनी कम उम्र में सोनम ने और संजना ने हमको इतनी सारी जानकारियां दी है। ये उनका जमाना है और उनके जमाने की चीजें हैं। तो ये जो चीजें है आज हमको यदि तो हमें नीचे उतर करके देखने की जरूरत है। सीढ़ियां से काफी नीचे उतरे हम लोग और उनकी एज में जाकर के देखें कि क्या चीज होने जा रही है। मैं ट्रेडिशनली चलूंगा तो कभी भी पॉसिबल नहीं है। तो ये बहुत अच्छा लगा और ये सेशन रियली बहुत ही मार्वलस रहा और मैं तहे दिल से सोनम को और संजना को बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूँ, उनके उज्जवल भविष्य की कामना करता हूँ और धन्यवाद देता हूँ कि इतना अच्छा सेशन आपने निस्वार्थ भाव से माइंड रोज इंटरनेशनल में आकर के दिया और हम लोगों को बहुत सारी जानकारी, क्विंटल टन्स ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन आपने दी है। इसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you everybody. Or for those who have not given a rating to this session, I would request you to put your ratings in the chat box between 1 to 10. What do you rate this session as? That will be a good boost for these young girls also.
Everybody
you.
has been so
Really.
sweet with the words, with the ratings, with the encouragement. Thank you so much. And for anything and any help that any of you need, even in the future, or any guidance, we are available. We are right here, and we will definitely, help in whatever way we can. So thank you so much. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you
maybe
very
I'll
much
do
for the
that.
great session, Sanjana and Sonam.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. Thank you.
Yeah, I will post the contact details. No worries.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you, everybody. God bless you and good night. And we look forward to more of such kind of amazing sessions from such amazing people. And we have some good things, great things lined up for you in this Passive Income Secrets program that will keep going on. My only request to all of you is to do your assignments and post it on the Facebook group. The link has been put in. Don't be procrastinative about it, but do that, because that is going to really build up your confidence and give you, like Sonali ji, if you're going to make a video every day on what you can do and put in a whistle, tomorrow after the course is ended, you would already be a film star over there. Can you understand why the mission that I was taught, why to put this post by Chauhan sir, it was suggested, and Chauhan sir said, इसके बाद ये लोग सब एक स्टार बन जाएंगे अपने ही आप में, तो इसको आप नजर में रखिए। अब कोई असाइनमेंट दिया गया तो उसको पूरा कीजिए, वो आपको बहुत ज्यादा मदद करेगा। और जो मैंने आपको मनी माइंडसेट के ऊपर असाइनमेंट दिया है, दैट ऑल्सो प्लीज पोस्ट इट ऑन द ग्रुप. Be proactive, be interactive, because these sessions are for you, and you have to get the value for money what you have paid, and for attending the time that you're giving, the efforts that you're making, you need to be rewarded. So the tools that we are telling you are for your benefit. Do the assignments, put the videos, make the videos, put them on Facebook. It will help you, and that is a private channel. It is only be visible to our Passive Incomes group only, nobody else. Thank you so much, and good night, and God bless you all. And thank you so much. And here we sign out. And Shubhratri, good night, Shabakher.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
God bless you. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye.